In this lecture, we'll discuss about Naive-Bayes algorithm. Machine learning is a process in which we are making a machine to learn and improve automatically from experience or from previous data. In case of a machine, the experience is the previous data. So we are not giving any explicit program for a machine. In case of machine learning, the program will be learned by the machine from the previous data. There are three categories of machine learning: supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. Supervised learning is also called task driven learning, unsupervised learning is data driven, and reinforcement learning is learning from rewards or mistakes. So, in case of supervised learning, we will be giving label data as input, that is input and its corresponding output. So, there is a supervision in the data. In case of unsupervised learning, only data will be given, there is no supervision. Whereas in reinforcement learning, there is no data at all, the information is obtained from by experiencing from the environment. So the agent will be performing actions on the environment and the environment will give rewards based on the action. Positive rewards will be for better action. So the agent will try to collect maximum amount of positive rewards. So that is learning from mistakes. So for example, a supervised learning can be thought of when you are a kid, you are learning in the learning process you are undergoing in school, where there will be a supervisor or a teacher who is going to teach you. There is some data or there is some information when the supervisor will say, for this data, this is the output, for the other data, that is the output, and so on. So that sort of method is known as a supervised learning method. Whereas in case of an adult, uh, without a supervisor, he himself can learn from the data. For example, by reading the textbook or something without a supervisor. So that sort of an operation can be thought of an unsupervised learning, where you have only data, you don't have a supervisor to say the what the output is for a particular data. So in that case, you are supplying unlabeled data. Whereas in case of reinforcement learning, you will be performing some actions and based on that action, you will be able to learn. For example, you are in a no man island and you would like to live in that island. Then you don't know what to eat in that island or what to do in that island. Then what we'll do is we'll just try to explore and perform some actions, and based on that you should be able to learn. That sort of a learning method is reinforcement learning. So that is supervised, unsupervised, and reinforcement learning. Now, in supervised learning, you can have a categorization, classification, and regression. A classification process is problem is identifying to which set of categories a new data observation belongs. So it is the categorization of the data. For example, you have some data points, you would like to categorize it into different sets. We say it as classes, so different classes. So that is called classification problem. It's based on the training set of observations. Based on the training set of observation, the machine will make a model, or the machine will say these are the positive class and these are the negative class. And if a new data point comes, the machine should be able to, or the model should be able to say to which data point, to which class this new data point or new data observation belongs. So that is called classification problem. For example, an email classification: given an email, you would like to classify it as a spam email or non-spam email. For that, we'll specify some of the features, and based on that features, you should be able to say this is a spam mail or this is a non-spam mail. A credit card fraud transaction detection: based on your previous transaction details, the credit card vendor should be able to detect whether the whether the current transaction is a fraud transaction or a non-fraud transaction. These two are examples of binary classification. Whereas handwritten character recognition is an example of a multi-class classification, where for each character in the alphabet you should have a class. So in order to recognize this as a particular character, you should have a class for that character. For the other character, you should have another class, and so on. So for example, if you would like to detect English alphabets, then you should have 26 classes. So that's a multi-class classification problem. These are few examples of classification algorithms, logistic regression. In logistic regression, what we'll do is we'll try to create a line that separates our input data points, and the output should be a probability that the input data belongs to a positive class or a negative class. KNN algorithm, decision tree algorithm, support vector machine algorithm, all these things are examples for classification algorithms. As we have seen, a binary classifier means we will be having two classes, a positive class and a negative class. For example, in this case, we have a class for this set of data items and another class for this set of data items. So this is a binary classification. You are dividing this set of entire data into two classes. In this case, we are considering this as three different classes. So we'll say this is a multi-class classification problem. Now let's discuss about the naive Bayes algorithm. Bayes theorem is the fundamental thing on naive Bayes algorithm. Bayes theorem says that P of A given B is equal to P of B given A into P of A divided by P of B. So the conditional probability P of A given B is defined as P of A intersection B divided by P of B, and P of B given A is defined as P of B intersection A divided by P of A. You know that P of A intersection B and P of B intersection A are same. So P of A intersection B can be written as P of A given B into P of B. That's same as P of B given A into P of A. By equating these two equations, we can say that P of A given B is P of B given A into P of A divided by P of B, where we usually say B is your new data item and A is the different classes. So what is so we'll ask, like, what is the probability that this data item B belongs to a class in A? Let's take an example, then it will be clear. Let's take this example for understanding Bayes theorem in a better way. So let's say you are having a task or detecting spam email from a given set of emails. Let's say this is your training data. You have 100 emails here. Out of that, 25 are spam and 75 are non-spam. A total 100 emails is our training data. In that, we have spam emails as number of emails is 25 and this is 75. So 0.25 is 25 by 75, that is the ratio of spam to non-spam. Now let's say we take a feature in the spam email for detecting spam email. The feature is the mail contains the word discount. So what is the probability that the given mail is spam given it contains the word discount? That is what the problem we are trying to identify. Or our task is to identify what is the probability that given the mail is spam, when it contains a word discount. Now let's analyze this entire data set, and we identified that out of the 25 spam emails, 20 mails contains the word discount, and out of the 75 non-spam mails, 10 mails contains the word discount. So what is the ratio? Here it is 20 by 25 and here it is 10 by 75. Now let's try to find out the probability by using Bayes theorem. So the probability of using Bayes theorem says that probability that the mail is spam given the word discount. So that is what we would like to identify. whether that is a spam given it contains the word discount. It is equal to probability of, by using Bayes theorem, probability of discount, the word discount given spam, into probability of spam divided by probability of discount. Probability of B given A into probability of A divided by probability of B. So probability of spam is, from this mail, probability of spam is total 25 out of 100. Probability of spam is 25 out of 100 is 0.25. Probability of discount is, there is total 20 plus 10, 30 out of 100. So 0.3 is the probability of discount. Probability of discount given spam, given your mail is spam, what is the probability that it contains the word discount is 20 out of 25. That is also known. 20 mails contains, or 20 out of 25 mails contains the word discount in the category spam. Now the probability that a new mail is spam given it contains discount is, probability of discount, that is B given A, 0.8 into 0.25 divided by 0.3, that is 0.66. So you can identify from this as well, that is what is the probability that given a new mail is spam given it contains the word discount. How you can understand, how you can identify that? It can be 20 plus 10 divided by 20 plus 10, 30 divided by 100. So 30 divided by 100 will be 0.66, right? So it is, this is how it is calculated using Bayes theorem. So it is probability of B given A into probability of A divided by probability of B. In order to understand the Bayes theorem a little bit more, we call a probability of A as the prior probability. So probability of A is before observing the new data item. Probability of B is the marginal probability, probability of evidence under all possible data. So probability of B is probability of the evidence under all the data. So from the previous this, it is probability of evidence is 0.3, 30 divided by 100, that is probability of discount, right? Then probability of A given B is the posterior, means that what is the probability that a new data item, after observing the new data item B, what is the probability of A? What is the probability that the element is, the mail is spam given your new data item, given your new mail? Probability of B given A is the likelihood. What is the probability that your evidence is given the hypothesis is true? That is called the likelihood. So it is, the posterior is equal to likelihood into prior divided by marginal, that is Bayes theorem. Now let's look at a working example on naive Bayes. This is an example contains, this example contains 14 data points. In this we have three features: outlook, temperature, humidity and wind. Four features: outlook, temperature, humidity and wind. And we have an outcome: play tennis or not, that is yes or no. We have 1 2 3 4 5 data points which says no, and other 9 data points which says play tennis is equal to yes. So this is your target variable, play tennis, and these are your features. Now in order to, now we would like to find out for a new day, this is the outlook, this is the temperature, this is the humidity, and this is the wind, whether to play tennis or not, or what is the percentage that this model, your naive Bayes model is going to give you, or how much, what is the percentage that you can play tennis, and what is the percentage it says that you cannot play tennis. So if you place a threshold value in that, then you can very well say whether it is a yes or no. For identifying that, first we'll find out what is known as frequency tables. For example, we'll take only very few features from this. Let's take outlook. Outlook is equal to sunny, number of times it is yes is 3, number of times it is no is 2. Overcast is equal to number of times it is yes is 4, no is 0. Rainy 3 and 2. So this is the frequency of play equal to yes and no. And the frequency of yes and no for humidity value is humidity takes values high and normal, and wind takes values strong and weak. For strong wind, play is equal to yes is 6. For weak wind, play equal to s is 3, and so on. So this is the frequency table, right? So from this frequency table, you will be able to find out your prior, likelihood, and the marginal probabilities. So likelihood, from this table, this is the likelihood. For sunny, this probability of x given c, that is probability of sunny given s is 0.3, that is the likelihood. Probability of x itself is the marginal. Probability of yes is your prior probability. So you would like to find out what is the probability that yes given sunny or yes given some other item. So likelihood of yes is given by probability of c given yes x. C given x is probability of x given c into probability of c divided by probability of x. So it is 0.3 into 0.71 divided by 0.36 equal to 0.591. So likelihood of yes given sunny is this. Likelihood of no given sunny is this. So it is same way you calculate point x given cs point p of sunny given no, that is 2 by 4 equal to 0.4. No given sunny is 2 by sunny given no is 0.4. Then probability of no is 0.36. Probability of sunny is 0.36. So it is 0.4 into 0.36 divided by 0.36 equal to 0.4. In the same way, you can calculate the likelihood table for humidity, the likelihood table for wind as well. Now for a new data point, suppose we have a day with the following values: outlook is equal to rain, humidity is equal to high, wind is equal to weak, etc. Whether to play or not, that is what you would like to find out. Then what we need to do is, for a yes, we would like to find out by multiplying all the likelihood values with the probability of yes. That's it. So probability of yes on that day is probability of outlook is equal to rain given yes, probability of humidity equal to high given yes, probability of wind equal to weak given yes, into probability of yes, that is 0.0199, and no is 0.0166. Now you can very well say what is the what the output will be given. The output given by your naive Bayes algorithm should be this is for yes and this is for no. So it is 0.0199 divided by sum of these two will be the percentage, and this divided by sum of these two will be this percentage. This will be above 50%, and this is below 50%, right? So it is the output will be yes. There are three types of naive Bayes algorithm. Naive Bayes can take values like Gaussian or Bernoulli or multinomial, where your output value is a normal distribution, then you can say Gaussian naive Bayes. If your output is positive or negative or yes or no type of values, then it will be Bernoulli distribution, Bernoulli naive Bayes. Then you generally use in classification multinomial naive Bayes, where we'll be having multiple classes. In different situations, naive-Bayes algorithm can be used, like in news categorization or in email spam filtering, object and face recognition, in medical diagnosis, in weather prediction. In all these fields, I can use naive-Bayes by using this conditional probabilities. So, for example, in news categorization, given a text, you say that this is a news for this news contains the words like politics, then it contains sports, so we'll assign categories to it or features. So based on these features, we can say whether we can create a model, and based on this likelihood models we can construct, we can very well say what is the for a new for a recent news in which all the categories this new this news belongs, that can be identified. Like we have seen email spam filtering. So these are the different applications of naive Bayes algorithm.